Good evening and welcome to the World Championship Series Hungarian Grand Prix from Formula 1 side. And today, like I told you, F1 race in Hungary, and we have only 14 drivers in the lobby at the moment. Hopefully we will be getting a 15th very shortly. But it's a bit of disaster. We had only 13 in F2 this week, and now we are going to the same amount in F1 too, so something has been completely wrong. Unfortunately, we have heard that Gavin, who is currently leading the championship, is leaving the league right now. So this means that Gavin is no longer leading the championship. Jokke is first and Wombol is second. This means Nolla Femma is third in the championship, so of course, not officially, Gavin's name will be there. He will be with a black mark. He will be there, and he will drop somewhere. His points are not taken away; they stay there. But he has left the league, and I think he no longer will be receiving any points. So yeah, we just need to wait. Hope that people come here. And I have no idea where people is, so but there are the standings, and the weather forecast for today's race is looking like this. So qualifying will be light cloud, and race will be overcast, at least at the start. So but we have only 15 here, so or 14 plus me, so we are having a bit of lag with drivers. Well, no one's joining, looks like. I'm asking, are we going? Because there's absolutely nothing happening in the lobby at the moment. No one's joining, no one's leaving. Yeah, we are going right now. So 14 drivers to the qualifying. Hopefully we get more drivers during the qualifying to the race, but to the qualifying we have only 14, so this is a bit of disaster. If there's a big crash in the first couple of laps, there's only under 10 runners remaining in the race itself, so for some reason my internet levels are also having orange and red, but to the server I have green connection, so well, there's someone having error joining, so we will be getting 15 drivers, but someone is having an error all the time. Well, Fluid Elpu is receiving errors to join the lobby. Hopefully we'll be getting him to get 15 drivers for the qualifying. Well, this is a little bit of waiting period. Hopefully my front wing is not broken on lap 1. Yeah, that's always frustrating to get a front wing damage on the first lap, especially with a long race as this. So well, somebody's getting error all the time. Elpu is getting error all the time. Well, I need to give him some information to join during the qualifying if he can't join. Yeah, 14 drivers to the qualifying, hopefully 15 to the race. But these things happen. Hopefully this is just one bad weekend. Because if there's 10 races with this amount of driver, it's a disaster. At the start of the season we had 18, 17, 18, even 19 in every single race. And now -6 instantly, so it's a big kick to the tail. We have a couple F2 drivers today, Schumacher, Nikon Discs, Osgood, and Raikkonen is actually F1 driver, no, Team said is F2 driver here. So 4 F1 drivers and 10 Formula 1 drivers. So that's how it goes today. And like we heard that Gavin has retired from the league for some reason. He doesn't have time, by his own words. So unfortunate to hear this kind of information. But we are ready here in qualifying. I need to take these options here, and now we are officially ready to go. The qualifying has started in light cloud conditions. Let's get those drivers out the track. And so I'm Parkisako, your commentator in today's race and for all these races this season. Or at least I'm planning to commentate all the races, so I should be able to. Some Fridays with F2 I might miss, but these Sunday evenings I should be available all the time. But let's get those all 14 drivers. Now Fluid Elpu has managed to join, so we will be having 15 drivers in the race. Unfortunately, he will have to start from the back with the default setup, but we'll be having 15 drivers to the race, and that's the main thing. Who will be the first driver to get there? It will be Fairley. Ozone Fairley, who will be going out first. So, it's time to start the qualifying. Hello, Korpinen. Someone has spun. It must be another Ferrari. It must be Zeroy or BMP Mach. BMP Mach is at risk. He's a driver who is under risk getting dropped to F2, and he has broken his front wing, so something has been terribly wrong there. And now Ozone Zeroy, first time official driver in Ferrari in F1 from F2, currently leading no longer leading, but he was leading before Hungarian Grand Prix, the F2 championship. Nikon Discs also currently second, and Schumacher currently first in the F2 championship. So Schumacher and Nikon Disc are the highest chance drivers to get promoted to F1 after Singapore Grand Prix. And Raikkonen has crashed right in there. Let's go right on board. Can we see where is the car? Oh, that's a big shame. That's a big chunk into the barriers, and Raikkonen will be starting behind from the back of the grid, P14 and Elpu P15 then after he gets his car to the grid, because you can't join the qualifying. There should be an opportunity in the next game that you can join during the qualifying, get your car to the garage from here, choose your name and import the car or something, and you will get your car to the garage and you are able to participate in the qualifying. There should be that kind of option, that you can join the qualifying during it's on, so that you don't need to be in the lobby once it's starting, that you could also participate in the session even though you have joined the midway. That would help leagues pretty much. And Osgood goes fastest at the time. Pihkanen goes third, but drops fourth after Nikon Discs makes his lap time, and Womble goes third fastest. Then Berkai crossed the line. That has been quite a good looking lap. He goes third fastest at the time. Then there's Team Said, F2 driver. crossed the line, team said Old Little Salmon goes 6th fastest. And now there's Joki the Gamer, who is actually leading the championship after Gavin has, or he's virtually leading the championship after Gavin has left, and Womble is also then 2nd, and Nolla Femma bit a big gap behind to the 3rd place. So, and Nolla Femma has also planned to maybe not retire, but stay in the league, but not as a driver. So I don't know any his plans, but that's how I have understood them. So hopefully he stays here, because he's 30 the champ. He has a good opportunity to get a teammate he wants next season. Once we ask the teammates, or they can choose the teammates in order from the order of championship. So everybody pitting now. There's PMP Max slowing down the grid for some reason. Or is it Womble? Yeah, it is Womble starting a new lap, so that's why there's yellow flags. So nothing dangerous. Womble going again with mediums. Let's check the tires actually. Yeah, everyone else on the hards, ABBA and softs apart, Mac, Sipala and Womble. So very interesting choices here. I'm expecting people start on the mediums, or those guys who have already done the lap on the softs, they will start on the softs. But the guys who haven't set the lap yet, or they are on the hards, they will be starting on the mediums. So I expect, not sure about the strategy, but that's what I expect. Sipala goes 5th fastest on the background, so Womble's car sliding a lot. And now Schumacher going 3rd. And Pihkanen is also on a lap with the hard compound, and he's boxing, so... But Mac is having a lap here on the mediums, so... Purple 2nd sector, but I don't trust that. I just don't trust that. That's a 1st lap, so it always says you're having a fastest sector, but in reality you're 2 seconds slower or something. So... It's a bit broken in this game. Hopefully they fix these things in the next game, so the gameplay would be even better. And I just got my dinner here, so I will need to eat it during the qualifying, so sorry about that. I cannot do anything about it. So I mute my microphone once I eat, so there might be some silent moments, but you know what I'm doing in the background then, so I don't leave the place. I still spectate the whole qualifying, but I just don't speak while I don't eat, so it's not an ASMR session here. Zero fairly starting his new lap now with the softs, so he's at least starting on the soft compound for today's race. Zero on an out lap on the hards, so they are just warming up and not driving yet. Oskuts surprisingly at the pole position at the moment. Even Womble has not had a chance to challenge him yet on those mediums though, so I don't say anything yet. There is actually fairly the next driver to come across the line. Fairly going very close to the limits, the track limits there. But the game says it's count, so that's all matters. To the final corner, have been a good looking lap. There goes, he goes 5th fastest, just behind his teammate. Now Pihkanen a new lap, and Oskuts also behind, starting a new lap. Zero is going to pole on the hards at the moment, if that's trusting to the top right. 2 tenths on minus. Should not be a pole position on these tires, even though you're a quick driver. Should not be the pole. The car is sliding a lot, as we can see, so... Yeah, not even close to be a pole. That's just the 4th improvement in his own time. Stays 12th. Nikandisks looking for pole. He's 3 tenths up on his own time. So that should be an easy pole position. Professional. Yes, it is. 16.1. And then Nola Femma starting his lap. He's always struggling to get lap in. And he gets the final lap done in the final seconds. And gets the 3rd or 4th place. So he should get the lap time earlier on. And then he can push and push and push. Like I did on my time. That I had a safe lap first. Pushing a bit more. If that failed, gave all in. But if still failed, I had to go with the safe lap, but I had the safe lap there. If something goes all wrong at the end, I still have a place. But I've pushed even more that further session we go. Pihkanen goes 9th fastest. So I didn't put all in at after the first go. I started pushing a bit. Warmed up maybe with mediums if I started on the softs, and then two very quick sets on the softs. First bit safe and second all in, so I think that's the safest strategy to go with if you want to secure your position up on the field. Of course everyone has their own strategies, and I respect all strategies, but sometimes their strategies just don't work and all goes wrong. And if you're a driver who usually makes many mistakes, I recommend to even try my version. Oh, there's 1 millisecond difference between Nolla and Pihkanen, so that's a very, very tight P9, P10. Actually 12 milliseconds between 3 drivers there, and 40 milliseconds between 7th and 10th. So, very tight there in the midfield. Now team said, going 7th, half a second behind. Then Max starting his new lap. And yeah, Pihkanen boxing. No. Staying out, but there is Schumacher behind. Schumacher getting a bit of slipstream. Very close to the track limits. He's taking off. Not improving, so he was just trying the softs. I don't know why he took up the throttle. He had the fastest time on the softs, so I don't know why he lift off. He had an improvement coming, so... Now Berka coming through here, 1 10 away, not getting up positions, but closer to the lead. Going at the moment, Berka haven't had a strong season so far, but now he has a chance to make an excellent weekend. Goes 3rd fastest by the final sector and beats Schumacher on the line. And now it must be Jokke starting his outlap on the mediums. So like I told, some of these drivers will be trying the mediums. They will be starting from the back, but they go further to the race distance. Team set into the pits. Pihkanen, he's having a run. He's coming with the mediums. There goes. The DRS open. Cross the line, goes 7th fastest. Tight time with team set. I don't know by what rule he went in front, but by the F1 rules, Pihkanen should have been 8, because he done the lap after team set. In the game, it's it's individual, or how is it said? Inverted. That the time which is set last goes like quickest. So I don't know why is it like that. It should be other way around. It's just also same time between Fairley and Womble. 2 times. Well, Fairley and Womble having the exact same time. Same for Pihkanen and team said. Whoa. It's rare to have exact same times and then you get it twice in a row. Or 2 at the same time. But Jokke has been in trouble. He's down to P12 with only 4 minutes to go, so he needs to get a good lap here. Cross the line, no way. Not even improving, 4.5 seconds off from his best lap time so far. Jokke is the only driver on the track if we take off those in-lap drivers. And Zeroy actually on the lap. He's improving, so let's look at him, how he's doing on the lap. That's an invalidated lap time there. Bit too much curb. And he runs too wide, and that's an invalidation. Jokke's lap is looking good. Let's see where he can go. 3 minutes to go. Drivers need to exit the pit lane very shortly. Jokke goes 9th fastest on those mediums. So Ozone needs to get lap here in order to get every driver within 1 second. Now people starting to retire from the session, with only 2 minutes to go. People don't want to improve, they want to stay on their tires. Especially those medium guys. Zeroy through the final corner. First F1 qualifying. Cross the line. Where he goes. Zeroy goes. Oh, stays last. 1.1 second off. So he's last in this qualifying on those mediums. Unfortunate for him. So, who will be the first driver to cross the line? Fairly. And here goes. There's Nick Handisks, currently on pole position, holding something. There's the yellow flags. Let's see how Fair can do. Good first check at 27.0, but that's a very good looking lap. Improving a lot right at the moment. "40 seconds to go in the session. Now people starting to retire once they can no longer improve. That was a very close to the limits. That was over, but still, it is still running. 1/10 going to be taken away. If Fairly improves, there are no longer any exact same lap times. But by this improvement, he can go higher in the grid. Where he goes, Fairly goes 5th fastest, just behind his teammate. Then next driver. It's not Sippala. It will be Schumacher. Currently on pole. These F2 drivers are dominating here at the moment. The grid. 3 F2 drivers in the top 3. Berkay is the quickest F1 driver here. So this is really showing that these drivers, they deserve the F1 seat if they get it. So mainly F1 drivers at the back of the grid. Raikkonen and Zeroy F1 drivers at the back. Nikandis can't improve. That's the end of the qualifying. So Schumacher will be taking the pole position for today's race. So, that was very interesting qualifying. So tight gaps. 1.3 seconds separates all drivers, and there's quite tight in the top 4. So that's the end of the qualifying, and now we are just waiting for the results to come in so we can start the race. Schumacher pole position, Nick Hendrick second, Osgood third, Berkay quickest F1 driver, also Fury very close, team said 6th, and then the medium drivers Vormol, Pihkanen, Jokke, Mack, Sippala, Femma, Zero and Raikkonen free tire choice if they wanted to try any other compounds. So, in a short minute, we will go in Hungaroring with F1 action. So, the race is about to begin. And there are today's race strategy options. So 9 laps on the hards and well 10 at the end, and then strategy B, the 2 stop. Also an opportunity. Let's see what these guys will do. We are not going yet, but now we will be. 5 red lights we go. All 5 red lights are in. And now they are out and we are on the way here in Hungary. Nikandis gets a good start, but also Schumacher. Down the inside goes. Let's see, there are many 3 wide moments. Very clean start, yeah, we will do have 15 drivers here. Looks like we'll be doing very clean start here. Let's check the tires. Fluid Elpo taking the softs, everyone else starting on the mediums. Very clean race start here. No accidents to this time, so looking very good. That was a very good start, to be honest. And Nolla Femma down to P11, so that was a very clean lap 1. Nothing really happening yet. The gap in front cannot be 1 minute, so the spectator mode is lagging a little bit. That was a very clean race start, so let's have a new look at it. So here goes. Very clean start from many of drivers. Nikandis actually getting up to P1 in the turn 1, and then there's a lot of drivers. Team said battling against Womble and Fairley. He loses for Fairley but wins Womble in the turn 4. And then very wide by BMP Mark there for a moment. But that was very good and very clean. Lap 1, one of the cleanest lap 1s I have seen in the league this season. But now Schumacher is very close to Berkay. Fastest lap for Nikandis. And at the same time the DRS, oh god no. The DRS gets enabled. So, and now Jokke here at the background overtaking Nolla. Oh, this Mac lagging very badly. At least for a moment. But nothing very dramatic. Osgood's close to Fairley, or actually fairly close to Osgood's. And down the inside he goes. Looks like Osgood's had to cut track. Hopefully I saw wrong. Oh, there's Pikkanen spinning round. Hopefully there is no damage or anything like that. We will have a new look at it very shortly from the replay. So that was a dramatic looking spin. He drops a couple of positions by that. And he's now 10th in this race. Everyone in one train having a DRS. Jokke down the inside of Pikkanen. They might be in a party. Hopefully they are, so they can communicate the friends. How do they overtake? And Jokke up to P10. And Pikkanen even more. Damn it, there's no Raikkonen, Zero and Elppu, all Finnish drivers at the back. Top 5 last drivers are all Finns. So, and now Raikkonen around the outside, very wide line. Past 05. He might have gained some advantage from that, so not too sure. And now Schumacher has overtaken Berkay in the lead, and Nick Handisk is having an incredible lead. 3.5 seconds, and now fairly going very wide there. Osgood seeing his opportunity, everybody going very wide there for a moment. And this McLaren's battling, but Berkay is just about staying in front of his Finnish teammate. 30 laps to go. These guys keep battling. Oh, they touch! They do touch, and there's a huge carnage. Womble has dropped a lot of positions. Now we no longer get a replay from Pikkanen's spin, because that replay file will replace the other. So we won't get a view from Pikkanen's spin anymore. There's a whole carnage going. That might have been Fairley's fault because he closed the door, but we will have to replay very shortly for that. So, and actually F1 penalties are also late, I remembered, so we need to look 2 clips in a row this week. Yeah, Berkay into the pits and Womble into the pits, both on the hards, so going till the end. Pikkanen taking a 3-second time penalty. Those guys really need the safety car to this race. 1 safety car is okay, but 2 or 3 is a bit too much, in my opinion, so hopefully we don't get so many of them. But at this point, let's have a replay of that accident. There the McLarens go. And here's the accident itself. Yeah, fairly completely closed the door, and there's a huge crash at the background. Pikkanen has dropped a lot of positions. You didn't see that. And I cannot get a replay from that because it's the OBS screen, which gives me the replay, so I cannot show you that again. Oh, whose fault was that? Team said or Elppu, and we have the safety car, so this will be helping a lot of drivers. And we have the safety car out here, so. But who was at fault of that incident? Because I didn't see it completely. Someone shot into someone. But this race has been turned upside down. This lead has been terminated due to safety car. Ooh, there's Raikkonen going to the back of Zero and getting front wing damage. And did he pit already? Nope. So he can pit here, take the hards, and go till the end. Fortunately. Elppu 5 seconds. Exceeding the track limits, desperately trying to get back to the pit lane as soon as possible. Well, now we had some action to the race. Well. Nolla Femma now up to 6th. Nick Handisks into the pit lane. And under safety car conditions, you lose 11 seconds in Hungary, so this should not be a big lose for these guys. These soft guys are going to be so fortunate and so lucky to get the safety car here. Yeah, everybody actually pitting on the hards, so we'll be having everyone one stop today, everyone on the hards until the end of the race. Can Mac get into this place? Ooh, yeah, he had to brake. Luckily he had to brake, because otherwise it had been a wrong order here. These drivers are now serving the penalties, getting stuck by each other. BMP Mack is going to get so many positions here. Yes, up to P10. How about Womble? Womble getting up to P11 here. So these guys jumped a lot of few of positions. And now they are going till the end. So Sippala leading the race. Jokke second, and Nikandisk third. And non-stop no stop made for Sippala and Jokke, so those guys will have to pit again. Of course, if there's a new safety car, those guys are winners. They have more fresh tires at the end and everything is better for them later on during the race. So now let's see at that replay. What went wrong? Oh, they touched just a little bit. Team said touch his elbow just a little. And they are both nearly out from the race. Luckily, not completely. But very close to be taken out from the race. So, a little bit of action. I'm going to get something to drink for myself while the safety car is out here, so 1 minute. Sippala trying to overtake the safety guard there, so saying for the driver at push, we need to go quicker. Looks like everyone's in one pack, so we should be able to continue the race very shortly. Safety car in after this lap. And Schumacher getting a 5-second penalty. Sippala slow. No overtaking before the timing line. Let's remember that there was a penalty in F2. He's holding Jokke. They are all in one pack and now they are going. Green flag. That was a very good restart by Sippala, taking everyone in one piece. And now it's going to be a carnage in the turn one. Some of the hards and some of the mediums. That was a very wise play by Sippala to get everyone in one piece. Unfortunately for him, not staying in first place, but trying to do something. Oh. That looked like a bit of intentional move, and now fairly proof. Front wing is broken. He told he don't want it to be broken on the first lap. He gets it broken on the 9th lap, so. But that looked like intentional move on the right to Schumacher, so we will need to investigate that right away after the race, because there's always a disqualification from intentional crashes, so. If there's anything which looks like intentional, we will give him a big penalty, or in the worst case, the disqualification. But that was a very wise play by Sippala to get everyone in one piece. And then on the line. Because no, you cannot overtake before the timing line. So it's very wise play to go to the timing line, and when the green flags come out, you press the throttle. Of course, if you are not passed before the timing line, you can go full throttle and right after the line. Just on the line or after line, go by, and that's legal move. So, and now Raikkonen passed one ball, maybe. Yeah, Schumacher retiring into the pit lane. Hopefully that don't cause a safety car. So Schumacher to the pit box, retiring. 14 runners remaining in the race. Yep, he retired in the pit lane, so that should not cause a safety car. There's always a risk. Oh, there's a big cut by Alpu, and he lost the control to do it, so not a wise play. That was a very good play to retire in the pit lane, thanks for that. If it causes a safety car and you're in the pit lane, it's not your fault, then it's a game glitch, and we don't penalize you. But if you retire on the track, and that causes, by pressing the button and it causes a safety car, then it's your fault. Of course, if you are in a very safe place, 1 kilometer away, for example in France, kilometer away from the track, then it's not your fault. But I recommend to come to the pits and retire in the pit lane, then it never can be your fault. So, always to the pits and then retire, and never leave the session before retiring. Of course, internet issues, we can do anything about them, but if it's not an internet issue, do not leave before retiring. DRS once again enabled after the safety car period. And, well, now we got, how many laps? 24 laps to navigate in the race. Around half a second gaps between every driver. So this safety car gave everyone a new chance to win this race. Of course, Nikandis didn't like that. He was leading by 4 seconds and now he's third, 1 second from the lead. So Nikandis didn't like that, and now Oskuts have made a terrible mistake. Bergai and Nolla chasing him in the middle sector. Well, the DRS assistance is available, so now we should start seeing some overtakes. It has been surprisingly hard track to overtake, so it's nearly as hard as in real life it is, so when everyone has DRS and like 9-10 real wings, it's impossible to overtake here. But if someone can go 7 wings, he has an advantage. So, and now Nikandis goes by Sippala, and Sippala nearly takes himself out from the race by doing that, so that was not a move he liked. It was nearly a suicide move by Sippala to try to stay in there. Now Haas 1-2, Jokke Nikandis. And fairly going by Alpu, who drops down to 14th place. Bergai chasing Oskuts, giving some pressure for the F2 rookie. On the straight he should go by, of course he hasn't rear wing DRS assistance from Sippala, but still should go by, depending on how much ERS you put in. Taking a slipstream, he has to dive down the inside in order to get by. He's on the inside line. They touch a bit, and Nolla is seeing his opportunity to maybe pass here. Not yet, at least, so they will stay behind. Oh, there's Raikkonen, who has spun and broken his whole front wing. Or not whole, piece of it. And now dropping to last place, so terrible race for Raikkonen. Float up with the default setup struggling on here. Very clearly. Fairly has the whole wing damage. Just a piece of it remaining. He's hoping for new safety car. That's the only key. He has a chance to battle against each other. Womble in the trouble here. Jokke currently taking a big lead in the championship by this race. And he goes down the inside of Seroy with the dive. They bang the wheels. Side by side here. In the first corner. Seroy backs up a little bit. Takes DRS for both straights. But Womble also has DRS from BMP Max, so Womble, very cool overtake. Teamset and Raikkonen into the pit lane, they are not hoping for any safety cars. And now Elpo flying by with 6 wings. He has the most less wings in the... Oh, wow. Fairly going very wide, but getting a better exit though. But he has to say that he's behind here. No, he just took himself out by driving to the back of Elpo. Well, that was not in the plan. Virtual safety car deployed as Elpo retires into the barriers. So we will have a virtual safety car. Yep, he's in the middle of the road. He tried to drive into him to get a safety car, but we have the virtual safety car already, so... During the safety car period, let's look the replay of Womble. Down the inside goes of Zeroy. And then very clearly getting up the positions. There's still a bit of virtual safety car left, but not for a long time. DRS enabled now, back to racing. Fairly into the pits. Not helping much though, to be behind. Some of the drivers taking the curb so much there. Nearly taking themselves out. I wouldn't do that. I don't have balls to take so much curb there. Takes me out usually. DRS not helping much in this case. And Womble has passed PMP Mac up to P7. Jokke and Sippala still have to pit though. So if there's a safety car, they are winning chicken dinner. Womble and the guys are going to the end. Should go to the end. Let's say it that way. Berkai again very close to Oskuts, but couldn't quite get by, taking very wide lines in the middle sector. Once again we got DRS straights. Mikande is taking the fastest lap on the hards in second place. Down the inside of Jokke nearly goes and Womble takes the fastest lap away from behind. So Womble is on fire. This won't be easy championship for Jokke. Womble, who is trying to get the second one in a row. Jokke, who is trying to get the first one in the league. I had it 2 seasons ago. Womble had it last season. Who's going to have this season, Jokke or Gavin? That was close. If Womble retires here, and Jokke, for example, wins the race, well, The gap is 50 points for the remainder 9 races. And I say next retirement is gonna cause a safety car, I bet. So human retirement usually deploys the safety car. Now Berkay is as close as never. He has never been so close. Nolla too far behind. Nikandisks here, Jokke taking the inside line. I don't think is there any need holding down your teammate. Of course you will be battling from 25 points. They are all critical, but your teammate has already done his stop. You will need to do one more. So, oh, what a battle. And Nikandisks stays in front and takes a penalty in the same go. And now Berkay was again very close. Temporarily, but drops behind. Now Nikandisks just need to push away. He has done the stop, he's leading the race again. So he just needs to finish the deal by finishing the race. Oh, there's BMP Muck spinning like Dean Gamer did on Friday. It's a shame for Muck. Jokke pitting as he saw the yellow flags, so he might be reacting, or then the tires are completely gone. Hope the tires. He made a terrible call if he stopped in hope of safety car, so he made a terrible call. 10. Hopefully his tires were completely gone. Hearts on, quick stop until the end. Womble up to P4, while Jokke dropping down to P9 and Sippala down to P10. And now Jokke has to grind his way back. And his gap to leader is currently 20.3 seconds, so should not be an impossible deal. If others need to pit, Jokke will win. At least he has fresh tires with Sippala, so they both are big winners here. If others need to pit. Hope not, but if they need to, those two guys are big winners. Berkay taking the mediums on. Same for Pihkanen. Hards off, mediums on. Actually, the front wing change. New front wing and mediums. And until the end. No, Jokke already up to P7. Womble up to 3rd. Womble is on fire here. Only 2 F2 runners in front. And he has the win keys in his hands. Osgood into the pit, so everyone is... actually he had 15 laps old tires, so that's why he's boxing. Second set of medium, soft medium, medium strategy. And he goes until the end of the race. And dropping in the middle of the battle here. Oh, they banged the wheels. Ooh. Jokke up to 6th place. Wompel has already made his way to 2nd place, actually by the pit stop, so nothing to celebrate. He's up to P2. I say this championship is decided between Wompel and Jokke if Nolla Femma doesn't manage somehow to get the positions. He is like 100 points behind this top 2, Wompel and Jokke. He's like 100 points behind them. So, and he's 3rd place. So, and if those F2 drivers are still quicker than him, it will mean that he's safely in F1. That's a point. He's 3rd place. There should be no risk him dropping into F2. At least PMP Mach is in the highest risk of dropping into F2 mid-season. And now Berkay overtaking Jokke. PMP Mach is getting amazing points. 10 points incoming at the moment, but the race is not over yet. He might crash like he did in Britain, or then he might survive. Hopefully he survives, at least I hope. He might hope too. But it's better to survive and take a couple of points than retiring completely, so. Pihkanen taking the fastest lap, 18.6, and now Jokke down the inside. Ooh, luckily Jokke hit the rear tires of Mach, otherwise he would have spun, and that would be the penalty for Mach. Mach clearly closed the door there, so luckily Jokke didn't spin out or get any damage. Ooh, there goes Mach again. He's struggling for grip. And amazing race has been taken down. And he has dropped in 1 lap from P5 to P9. That was a disastrous lap, and he goes down the inside. Oh, no. Not like that. Not like that. And now he's only getting 2 points. I can hear what PMP Mach is saying. I got some meme idea here. It's getting light clouds. We can see the sun is shining between the clouds, so no rain expected for the race. The weather is getting better and better. More further in the race we go. So this is the battle of the race at the moment, from P6 to P8. Wompel will challenge Nikandisks from the win. Hopefully we see a battle. 12 laps to go in this race. Over half of the race done. 2 of 3 quarters done from this race. Wompel has DRS closing, but not enough. Nikandisks using all the power he has on the straights and saving all he can on the in the corners. So if that's a plan, only the DRS is which decides to advance. Wompel is so close, but he can't quite close the deal. And now Osgood's around the outside trying to get past Jokke, but he can't. Loses the back a little bit and stays behind for 1 more lap at least. Wompel and Osgood, those are the drivers to look in this race. Nikandisks taking a lot of curb. Should get warnings. I don't think Wompel has any penalties. Nikandisks has at least 3 seconds. So yeah. Only 2 retirements. 1 surrendering in the pit lane and 1 crash. Schumacher surrendering in the pit lane and Elpu crashing out in turn 6. Or is it? It's turn 4 or turn 5. But retiring in the top of the hill. Very quick left-hander. and 13 runners remaining in the race. Fastest lap currently in Pihkanen. So, and 0 in the pit lane. So Jokke climbing up one more position, up to P5. Front wing change and Womble has passed. Nikandisks here. And Womble is leading the Hungarian Grand Prix. Race round 11 out of 21, leading it. That should be a race win, but I don't say it yet. Let's see what was our replay from lap 22, so 3 laps ago. Oh, Max spinning. Taking too much curb. Nearly spinning out. Losing a lot of positions. And desperately trying to keep the position. But he can't, and he stays behind. But now Jokke having to defend from Oskuts and Sippala, fairly taking a penalty from last place, so it doesn't matter. Jokke has no DRS advantage, Oskuts and Sippala does have. 9 laps to go. Jokke taking the inside line. Oskuts following the slipstream, but they have so much wings that it doesn't help a lot. Nikandisk another penalty, so he has 6 seconds. Womble has nothing, so Womble should win the race and get a 15 points back to Jokke, so the gap should be under 10 points in the championship after the race. So the last 9 rounds will be very interesting. Mac 3 seconds from P8, so currently getting 4 points. Which is just a good thing at this point of the season. Zero really cutting the track here. Taking so much penalties on those mediums. The battle of top 5. There can be only 5 drivers, of course. Now there's 7 battling for it, so let's see how this will end. Oskuts taking a slipstream, but it's not enough. Oskuts having a full battery, so he can even attack in the corners, get even closer and attack next lap. Maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, Jokke has half bar, so not a big advantage. Jokke is not completely out of ERS, so something should be remaining in there. Womble is getting some gap all the time. Pihkanen currently taking the fastest lap from 9th place, so that would be 3 points for him. I think this train will take until the end of the race, because Jokke is defending so well that there's no chance for Oskuts and Sippala overtaking him. Berkai getting a result of his life, P4 coming at the moment. Now Oskuts is so close, he needs to do something. But he can't. But Berkai is getting a very strong result here, 12 points. I think that will be the strongest race for him this season. Securing his F1 seat for the rest of the season. Maybe. And at least getting some points from McLaren. Helping them in the construction side. With fairly this time being down in the order. Well, now Pihkanen is getting close to Mack, and Mack will be dropping even more. So, not an easy day in the office. Pihkanen, no need to go down the inside yet. Take the DRS, fly past and say hey, hello. And just fly by. And give the others a nightmare. Here goes. I understand the last lap to overtake in there in desperation, but when there's laps to go, there's no need to do any stupid. Oh no, Mac, no. Mac is under risk for getting a big penalty for very bad language and judge behavior, and now he has slammed into Pihkanen. So late braking that he breaks Pihkanen's front wing, and he's under. I was about to say under arrest, but not under arrest yet. He's under risk of getting a penalty. We don't arrest people. We are not American police using the guns all the time. Of course, our penalties are the guns, but we try to avoid them, but we need to give them if necessary. Pihkanen's front wing is completely gone, so that might be a 5-second penalty for Mack. And that would drop him maybe 10th even. Maybe 10th. If Zero can catch up to Mack, then the 5-second penalty would drop him. Osgood's overtaking Jockey momentum for a moment, but again staying behind. This train is going to take forever. Around the outside. Can't hang on. 5 laps to go in this race. Womble leading by 1 second after penalties by 7. Yeah, Womble clear driver of the day maybe. Winning the race by without penalties and after all penalties by 7 seconds. Of course, Nolla has done very well, up 9 positions and 3rd place. So that's a very hard decision which one's driver of the day. Nolla up 9 or Womble up 6 but winning the race on the other hand. So well, Womble went through the whole field, Nolla stayed in position and gained all those positions during the pit stop. But Womble had to grind away from the back to the 1st place, so maybe Womble, because he had to overtake people. Nolla gained all the positions during the pit stops. So Nolla had a great strategy, but Womble had a great drive. So I say Womble driver of the day at the moment, but everything can happen. If Womble retires or makes a mistake, then Nolla is the driver of the day. No pressure there in the lead. And if there's any drivers looking at the stream or listening to the stream during the race, we will have a post-race interview after the session on Discord, our Discord server. So as soon as possible, join. If you're the driver of the league, join the post-race interview. Osgood so close into Jokke, but he can't overtake. He's very close again, but getting a bad exit. 4 laps to go. At least Jokke doesn't get this place for free, but the 15-point gap, which is now, the gap should be 5 or 6 points between Womble and Jokke, so this will be a very interesting championship for the remainder 9 rounds. Belgium next week, Monza in 2 weeks, and Singapore in 3 weeks. And after Singapore, we will get the translations between F1 and F2 drivers. Maybe earlier, but at least after Singapore, going into Russia. in Russian Grand Prix we will be having the final F1, F2 order for the remainder of the season, and then a new list in the next game, F1 2020, starting between July and August. So while this battle is not going anywhere, I will try to find the starting place. So the F1 2020 game is coming. Was it 10th? Was it 10th July? If you're in the comments there, you 5 viewers, was it the 10th July when the F1 2020 is going to be released? The Friday, 10th July. Because if it was, our season will be starting 24th July. So in the middle of July we will be starting our next season. It's not confirmed yet, but very surely we will start 2 weeks from the release of F1 2020 game. Two laps to go. Looks like Mack will be getting P9 today. If he gets a penalty, he will drop down to P10 if he gets the penalty. So the penalty is announced next week if it happens. But let's see. Only one more attempt for Osgood, so he needs to make a desperate move if he's as far as it is now. At Womble leading the race by a distance. Sunday driving towards the finish line. Osgood's nearly losing it, and Sippala going very close into Osgood's back. And that was maybe even dangerous to go that close. And now Osgood's in trouble. Osgood's in trouble, so Jokke has secured his 5th place today. Now the battle is between Sippala and Osgood's. Sippala F1 driver, Osgood's F2 driver. By those perks, Sippala should win this. But let's see what happens. One more lap to go. Final lap underway. Final lap is underway. They need to make a dive. They need to make a dive. Or yes, he makes the dive down the inside, trying to disturb his acceleration in the final goal. Ooh, he lost it there. He lost it. Sippala gets the P6 here. And I think that's all she wrote it then. Raikkonen closed the team set, so this might be the last overtake of the race. Should be easy one. Yeah, Raikkonen getting a pineapple P11. Round the outside. Team set nearly losing it. Losing the traction. That's the overtake done. Sippala is very close to Jokke, he's still trying to do it. But Womble through the final corner, crossed the line, and winning the Hungarian Grand Prix of Season 7. By a mile, by 8.9 seconds on the line after penalties. No, Lavema is second! He is second, so he might be the driver of the day by that second position. Let's see. Up by 10. That's an easy driver of the day, up by 10. The strategy was good. Jokke 4th, Berkai 5th, Osgood 6th, Sippala 7th. After penalties. 1/10 difference. Pikan across the line takes 8th position. Mack is 10th. He had an unserved penalty, so Mac is 10th. The 5-second penalty doesn't matter in the results, so Mac will be P10 today. And that's all point positions zeroed. Wompel 0, Nikandisk, Siokke, Berkai, Oskut, Sipala, Pihkanen 0 and Mac. Raikkonen 11th, Team Set 12th, and Fairley 13th. And now post-race interviews on Discord very shortly. And 11 rounds down here. Womble winning, Nolla second, and Nikandisk third. Well, what a race we had today. Belgium next week in Spa-Francorchamps. Hopefully getting a bit more than 15 drivers. 18 or 19 would be a dream. So, currently the final standings are here. So, when it takes the screenshot, I'm not sure did I get a penalty version or the normal version now. So I take the both again. I need to get all the versions. I just need to remember that that is Schumacher there. Hopefully I remember it's Schumacher in 15th retiring out. So, now the post-race interview. Oh god. Well, that's how it goes now. Well, the post-race interview now on Discord. Hopefully as many as possible are on the Discord channel. Once I get my Discord open. My Discord was there. We already have our first quests here. In Discord it's Nolla Femma. Who is in there. But so, there are the results. So, results for you. So, Womble winning, Nolla Femma second, Nikandisk third, Jokke fourth, Berkai fifth, Oskut sixth, Sipala seventh, Pihkanen eighth, Zeroy ninth, and Mac 10th. Elppu and Schumacher, only retirements in today's race.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Second place today.
Yeah.
Well, maybe driver of today up by 10.
Yeah, that was an amazing race.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, Pihkanen has again got some very dirty racing in there. His broken front wing. He broke his front wing 3 times.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jokke clearly fucked up his strategy. That was a very clear, very clear that he fucked his strategy.
Yeah.
Well, where are everyone? I need to remind. Let's wait a moment for the drivers. Very close, being a win, 7 seconds away.
Yeah.
Better
But
qualifying maybe might have helped a bit.
Yeah, my strategy was out of P10 just for new sets. I don't want to make better lap, but that will be a better because safety car. But I don't take risk on that. So
Yeah.
is Womble coming?
I have no idea, hopefully. He's not online on the Discord yet, so...
Damn.
Hopefully we get a couple of drivers. Or there's still space for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well... We have 8 viewers on YouTube, but we are waiting for 2 drivers on Discord, so...
Where are you?
Where is everyone? Womble and Jack, if they would join, would be a... If Jack joins, we are going to have some audio issues. but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Spectators, viewers on YouTube can always raise the audios. Of course, then I will kill their ears, but... Well...
Yeah.
Jokke is swearing in our WhatsApp at the moment. That Womble is too close. Well, 12 points now, or 13 points. Closed, so...
Yeah. Finally, good race for me, and after Britain and Germany.
After disasters.
Yeah. Zero make big mistake. He was going for maybe B4, but he lost his front wing.
Yeah.
We will start or...
Yeah, Miro's achievement or objective is to get past you in the points. So...
Clearly. Come here. Come here.
Well... Pikkanen has already sent us his clip, or for me. He was quick.
Oh my god.
The race is like ended 3 minutes ago and he already has all the clips on YouTube. That was quick. Everyone should be like that. We could investigate the clips. Like 10 minutes after the race. But yeah, well, some of the people are not so quick.
I'm waiting.
Where on earth is everyone?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know how long I can live like fucking this. Well, I got some meme idea once again from Mac.
What?
When someone says you can't hear pictures, but I can. And the rage he had in Germany. So, when he spun round, you can't hear images from P5 to P9.
Damn,
Yes,
Daniel.
I can hear images. I can hear images.
Perkele.
That's how we say in Finland after bad race. Or if something goes all wrong, we usually say that. Where on the green earth is everyone? Womble has lost into the forest of Wales.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we have to start right now. If no one coming or something.
Yeah, now there's team said online. Gavin online. If Gavin is coming to post-race interview, well, what we will have to say here.
P0.
P0 Gavin, P0. We forget to
Amazing
connect
job.
you the drinking bottle. We forgot to
Yeah, my
connect you
ear-
the session.
I didn't have any drink on the race. I'm so my
I had
face is so
two. I have two.
red.
I had 2 glasses of water and well,
water.
of water.
I don't have anything.
Of H2O.
I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I'm so good at chemistry that I can say I had a glass of H2O. And it has CO2 mixed into it. If no one understands what I say, go to chemistry lessons as soon as possible. Thank you. Respect chemistry, it's the future.
Where are you now?
Well, that's a good question. In the commentary box.
Oh.
Well, I think we have discussed everything with you, and if there's no one else joining, why are we still here?
No.
Well, no one joining, so I guess I shut the stream down. From this week.
Wait, I ask on the.
I have asked already from the chat, so.
Oh.
Like 10 minutes ago,
shit.
no one responding.
Okay.
Well, I think I shut the stream from tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we will see you next time. Next week in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps with F2 action on Friday. And F1 action at the same time here on VC's YouTube channel. And well, thanks for watching. See you next week. Fairly why I always drop out from good positions. Schumacher did Verstappen and Raikkonen in Hungary 2016. I don't remember that kind of move, but yeah. Yeah, fairly is one of the worst lucks here. But hopefully next week everything is better. We will continue next week. Thank you. Goodbye.